Hi, I'm Ariel Ging, and this is my testimony of my life, my story, and I hope this helps you get through any of your problems you're going through nowadays. I grew up in a household who did go to church, but we stopped going. And during this time, we're just doing our own thing. Moving on a couple of years later, some things happened in my family. Conflict broke out in my family, and I know that many of you can relate to that because every family has conflict. And if you're saying you don't have conflict where your family is not perfect, okay? It's not. Only person that was perfect was Jesus Christ. And don't say you're trying to be Jesus Christ, because I know you're not, okay? Jesus ain't here yet. Alright. Anyways, conflict's hard. Thank the Lord, though. God sent me a messenger to help me deal with everything. And he sent that messenger to comfort me and to make me realize that I'm not alone. Middle school started, and God made me in his image, but not everyone accepted me for me. Just like everyone likes you for you. I felt like I couldn't be who God made me to be. Society has put into everyone's mind that you have to look a certain way and act a certain way, but that's not how God made me to be. And I ended up trying to conform to the world and be like everyone else. And through that, if somebody told me to go dance in front of everyone, I would dance. If they had silly bands, I wanted silly bands, and etc., And conflict still continued at home during all this. But God sent me that messenger, and so it helped me through. Middle school was very hard. I was bullied and pushed around by people who I thought were my friend, and I felt lost and alone. I felt hopeless. Even going to church was hard. My mom and I began to go to this church, but I didn't feel loved there. I stopped going because I felt like it was pointless to go somewhere where I didn't feel loved back. Looking back on that, I really wish that I would have went. Every single time she asked. I was depressed and suicidal. I was hopeless. Have you ever been hopeless? Conflict would continue and no one would accept me for who God made me as. I thought if there was a God, then he wouldn't put me through all this. If God was real, he would show mercy. I didn't understand and I became an atheist. I was completely hopeless and trapped deep down in this hole of darkness. I gave up help. I didn't want it anymore. If it wasn't for God's messenger, then I don't think I'd be here. I probably would have, killed myself. That time of my life was really hard to deal with, but then somehow it got better. I met a friend. That friend was like my second family. I love that friend to the moon and back, baby. One day that friend asked me to come to church, and I was like, I'm an atheist. Why would I go there? That friend kept asking me and asking, and I finally gave in and decided to go. I thought church was hypocritical. Then I discovered church family. Everyone was loving and so friendly. Church is like my home away from home now, I'm telling you. That friend and I ended up getting distant, But I realized that was another messenger in disguise for me. God was reeling me back into church after all. In my search to find hope, I tried to find it through relationships, but that failed. Because relationships can't replace God. Worldly things can't replace God. And I ended up going on a retreat with my church. I knew. The atheist joined a church and then she went on a retreat. Crazy. Things happen. And this song called How He Loves, I can't remember who it's by. I always forget who it's by, but I know all the words to the song. It started playing and I remembered Romans 8:28. And we know that through all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. And one of my friends had sent that to me when I was feeling low, and it just really called to me, and I realized his purpose, and I gave my life to Christ that night, and God rescued me. I realized that God was what I was really looking for. Conflict, family, and friends still continues, but God's in control. He's always in control. It wasn't easy, but he didn't leave me. I still felt a little hopeless, but God sent me 2 more messengers to bring me back to him. Those messengers made me realize that God's plan is for me, but not for me to make. God's always there, you ask? Is he there for me too? Yeah, he's there, of course. God's always there for his children. He has a lot of kids. But he's still there. Now he's using me for his glory. I still get depressed, but God helps me through. He's been there for me through my grandma's passing and my aunt's. He's given me the strength to be strong. He's given me the mouth to give comfort to my mom through these deaths and a mouth of wisdom to my friends. God's plan is for you and me. There is hope. He's given me the strength to help others because there's always hope. I challenge you to give hope to others. You never know what someone's going through. So show everyone that hope is real and that God gives you that hope for a new tomorrow.